Hey everyone, my name is Tomer Dean. I'm one of the co-founders of Mindshare, the company behind the product Am I on AI? And today we're going to talk a bit about what tactics you guys can do to get more leads from ChatGPT to your business. And we'll talk about the strategy high level. We'll talk about the tactics that you can implement after this call. And we'll also show this on using an example of a popular website and also show you guys the tool. So you can later play with that as well. Okay, so today we're gonna discover how we can improve our visibility if we were Monday.com. So Monday.com has a software product mostly used as a type of data management, task management, even CRM. And we want to improve their score on ChatGPT. So first, we're going to enter Am I on AI and see how what their score is today. So we can see that they're doing okay. They have 47 score. They do have some leading competitors here, Asana, ClickUp, Trello. They have equal positions in the competitors. And let's see what prompts actually generate this. And I'll kind of use and explain how the product and this is calculated, so you guys have that knowledge. What our tool does, essentially, it goes to Monday's website. It understands what they offer and the different use cases. It generates hundreds of different prompts that a potential customer of theirs might search on ChatGPT. It analyzes all of these and it checks how often Monday was mentioned on the bottom of funnel prompts. And that is the basis of this score you're seeing. So you'll be able to see the same thing on your own businesses a bit later under our free trial. And this will help us understand how we can improve their situation. So now we're going to analyze and see what kind of action items we would implement for Monday. And I think this will help you guys understand what you guys can use our free trial to do for your own businesses. So let's open one of these. All right, so we're seeing what are the top platforms for end-to-end management solutions, project management. Monday was ranked number 1. We can see their competitors, okay. On the right here, this is one of the most interesting things that we can see. We can see all of the backlinks that ChatGPT used to recommend or not recommend Monday. And so we're going to analyze all of this in just a moment. So we have hundreds of prompts here. Each one has different domains, different URLs used as backlinks. So we're going to head over to the sources tab now, and let's see what we can see here. And this will help us inform and build our action items. So we can see from their competitors, I can see ClickUp, which is one of their competitors, was one of the most influential sources. So that's actually not so good for our company, Monday. Where is Monday even? Wow, they are pretty low, 2%. So we have an issue here. It's pretty obvious. ChatGPT is not using Monday.com's website as a source. And this could happen for a multiple reasons. Often it's technical, robots.txt, those types of things. But this means that Monday now is pretty much playing without a goalie. So they're not playing defense. They're not, their domain is used as a prime source. So we can see ClickUp has 34% of the influence in these prompts. So that's one thing we're going to check out. What the issue is. Why isn't this website being indexed properly? The second thing we're going to check out here is we can see that there's publishers here that are ranking very high. Let's see what this one is. So this website, it looks like a small publisher for project management stuff. So this would be an interesting potential partner for them. I would reach out to this company and see how easy it is to work with them. If they offer maybe sponsored posts, they can publish something, because we can see that ChatGPT is using this domain in a lot of the answers. So we want Monday to be referenced on this domain. So that's definitely an action item. I'm going to reach out to them, see what they charge for a sponsored post, or maybe some kind of event, something that would have a backlink from this domain, essentially, and have it recommending Monday. We can also see some traditional publishers like The Guardian. That's probably a bigger one. That'll probably be much more effort to get an article there. So let's actually move on. Let's see this website. Okay, this looks like another good example. This is a publisher helping people optimize their website. Maybe Monday can, add their own use case here. Or this is actually an agency. Actually, I'm not so sure. Yeah, reviews. Okay. So yeah, they can definitely, oh, here they are. So perhaps this is a marketplace. So they are listed, but maybe there's something they can do to push themselves even further. Maybe the text here can be optimized to make sure it's even more positive. But that's actually a good sign. I think they're already partnering with them. You can see there's a lot of links here. You can review this. It's a long tail of these publishers. You can see the impact they have here. So the larger the impact, the more you're going to want to spend on making that relationship. Let's check out social media. So we know ChatGPT uses social media signals very differently than traditional Google. And here we can see this with numbers. Relatively 5% for Reddit is low. I'm usually seeing Reddit take 20, 30% of the impact. But people are using Reddit as well. Let's check out some of these threads that ChatGPT is looking at. 1 year ago, what's considered the best app for task management? Okay. Let's actually just quickly search if our client Monday is not in any of these comments. So that's a shame. ChatGPT and Reddit have a special relationship. ChatGPT pays them for this information, and it's delivered through a dedicated API. And every comment is indexed and affects ChatGPT. And we can see that with numbers. So I would definitely start commenting on all of these posts on Reddit, if not even opening fresh threads and completely controlling that narrative, but at least comment on the ones that are even already there. So that's something I would do as well. I think that's our third action item. YouTube is pretty low. Surprised. I would think people use YouTube more.
Updating this field is so confusing. The CRM.
All right, this is a Trello versus Monday video. That's doing pretty well. So here I'm not so sure because it's weak. Let's see what else we have. Okay. So yeah, I think those were the three I would start with. There's obviously many more tasks they should do, and they should also check out that indexing issue on the website. When we talk about the ratio of on-site versus off-site action items in the AEO world with ChatGPT and others, the off-site actually matters a bit more. Usually, the bots can read your website; they can index it. It's okay. They just look at signals very differently. So a lot of the tasks you're going to be doing if you want to improve on ChatGPT visibility is offsite, getting those smart affiliations, links, backlinks, but very focused ones. All right, so let's see if we have any questions here. Wow, I see the number of people doubled since I checked. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions about anything you're now thinking about when you're in the process of looking for action items and improving. So you can use the Q&A here or the questions, whatever you want. All right, if not, we're going to proceed. So what I wanted to show you is how we can look at what Monday can do to improve or see if there's any issue with their website being indexed. That'll be my next step. All right, so I'm going to open and show you this really cool tool. Let me share my screen again. All right. So we're going to go to Monday. We're going to check. The first thing I would check if there's an issue around your website being crawled or an issue with ChatGPT indexing it is I would check the robots.txt. So one option is to do this. And if you understand what you see, then that's fine. But there's a tool for the rest of us. You can go here, paste the link. It's going to tell you if there's any issues with the domain. At least like any obvious issues. No go. Let's try again. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to go here. Yeah, basically robots.txt is, you guys all should know this, but it tells the AI bots and crawlers where it's allowed to crawl and what it isn't. All right, here we go. So what we're going to see here is if this file robots.txt is blocking any of the known bots. So here we see we're good. So it can get in. So the problem is actually something else. For some reason, ChatGPT does not like this website. Another thing is that some of these AI bots, they don't read JavaScript so well. Meaning if you're use like a front end like React, which renders differently. Yeah, see, I can already see this problem. The text here you see on the page doesn't actually appear in the original source. It's injected by JavaScript dynamically. A bit technical, but this means that ChatGPT can't necessarily understand what this website is. It might be just looking at a blank page or just maybe some code, but not all of the text here. Yeah. Okay, got the title at least. So yeah, that's something also. If your websites or your business is in something JavaScript based, I would definitely check if ChatGPT is able to actually read the content on your website. Because if not, then you're going to also have you're going to see here a very low amount or zero of your website being used as a source. All right, so that's another thing I would definitely check if I was Monday. Usually the IT guy can check. You can check the server logs. There's a few things you can do to check that. In terms of other things you guys can do or Monday can do on site, I would say ChatGPT loves bulk text. It loves things like facts or glossaries, anything that makes it very kind of, key value, because those are the things it's able to, ingest as a short kind of snippet. And also Google Gemini with their featured snippets loves those formats. So it doesn't actually have to be wrapped in a certain tag, but if it identifies that pattern of key value, then that also is loved by these platforms. So I would definitely create a few new sections on the website of like short snippets, basically a lot of case study use cases of the product, popular questions that get asked on these prompts even. So much more of that. I assume they have parts of this already, but again, we know there's maybe also a technical issue here. So maybe just figuring out the technical thing wouldn't be enough. But yeah, I would fix the robots.txt, make sure what exactly is being indexed here. I would go on all these Reddits, I would comment, I would have my social media team monitor these mentions on the Reddit and post. I would start partnering or reach out with some of these more niche publishers. And many of them might not charge too much money because they're not, really big in the SEO world, but they have more value than perhaps they know. And yeah, and I would definitely check out a few of those publishers. We also are seeing Medium as a really interesting place on social. So you can actually publish your own blog just on the Medium channel. And for some reason, ChatGPT places much more weight in that because it's on the Medium domain, which has juice in its eyes. So yeah, those are like the 5 things I would start with. I would then see how the results change. Um, Basically, if you're on our paid version, it updates every week. So you can see the new citations, the new sources, your new rankings. It tells you if now you're suddenly being indexed again. So you can kind of monitor how that improves over time, and then see which action items helped you get to that place. That's with our recommendations feature. All right, let's see a few questions. You said offsite affects AO. Apart from Reddit, where else? Does this include backlink support? Yes. So offsite is always important, also for traditional SEO, but even more so for AEO. Let me show you guys something. There's a list of publishers. Not everyone has this list, but you can find it. Which basically are all the publishers that ChatGPT has a special relationship with. Why does this matter? Because these publishers, due to some relationship they have with ChatGPT, or maybe they're getting paid, but they have more juice. ChatGPT uses them as a primary source more often than not. And there's a list of like 30 or 40 of them. Where did I find that? So one of the speakers at the conference I hosted this week, he showed it, Eitan. I can't find his presentation. Hold on one more second. It's actually important. Yeah, you guys should print screen this. Okay, here we go. Found it. Okay, so again, ChatGPT wants to rely on more trusted sources than just the domain authority. So it has partnerships with these companies. Reddit is one of them. And these companies have more influence. So ChatGPT likely changed the weighting system to give them more influence. And that means by partnering with these companies, you'll have a better shot at being referenced, cited, and eventually have customers see your business name. So yeah, that's definitely something to take into account. So yeah, so it's not also Reddit. There's also a few that weren't mentioned, Stack Overflow, G2, Medium, Clutch. A lot of the marketplaces or reviews websites that weren't usually such a huge source are now becoming larger. Also, here's another scoop. Just last week, ChatGPT started indexing LinkedIn long form. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this feature. They have those articles where the comments are on the right sidebar. It looks a bit weird, but that long form feature they have, which I assume is a competition to Medium, is now being indexed across the board for all of our clients. We've been seeing this. So definitely start posting or even repurposing your other posts on your official LinkedIn account for your business under the long form, which I believe is called Pulse. Yeah, so that's definitely something I would do. Okay. Any last questions? Any ideas what you guys are thinking of starting? Questions about the on-site, off-site, visibility we saw, recommendations. All right, here's another question I see. Countries and IP, how's that supported? Okay, great question. ChatGPT obviously gives different answers depending on which IP address you're from, which country you're in. So you'd want to run all of these visibility and all the citation data from the IP address your customers will be using from the same country or even state. That is supported with our premium plans. The trial that you're going to get access to has it from the US IP address as a default. And this matters because if you search in a different country, it's going to use different citations, different sources, not to mention languages, and that's completely different. So if you want to optimize for a certain market, then make sure all of your tracking, all of your visibility tracking, and so forth is from that same location, and also follow what the data shows you from that location. Yeah, so about pricing packages, you're all going to get a free trial to everything I showed you, which is basically a one-time scan we did on your business. You're going to get this in the next few days. You'll be able to play around with that for a month. Our premium package, if you're interested after that, is not only for this, this thing to update every week and show you your progress, but we'll also give you recommendations. We'll analyze all of that data exactly like I did on this call. And every week you'll be sent a couple of action items, very actionable things like the ones I just told you, like Reddit, comment on these posts, or repurpose this blog post here. Things that you can usually do within a few hours or maybe a few days if it's a big task. And you'll be able to get that directly to your Slack or Teams. So you won't need to check another dashboard. And then you can kind of improve your progress over time and start seeing which initiatives helped your visibility, because we're tracking every week to see when and how this is increasing. So if you're interested in improving your score, but you might not have enough time to manually crunch all this data like I showed you, then that could be relevant. That plan right now is going for $500 a month, and it has the weekly action items. We're currently fully booked, but we open a few spots every week or two. So if you're interested, after you get the free trial, you'll be able to get next steps for that. Okay, you guys have been amazing. Great questions. And I'm gonna finish 5 minutes early today. So have a great week, everyone, and you'll get the reports in the next few days. Thanks for your patience. Bye, everyone.